Hi, I'm going to make some more of these. These are some of my favorite ones, great sellers. Some night ocean beach scenes. Sorry, unload my pockets. How are y'all? We got about 8 to 10 inches of snow yesterday. I got all 3 fireplaces going in the house. It's nice and coasty, and I can't believe I have a sweater on right now. That's crazy. Oh well, anyway. Let's see if we can get this torch going. Switch sides, so hopefully you'll be able to see a little better. Running 104. I've got some ivory, black and white for the moon, light and dark blue for the ocean, and coral for the either urchin or starfish. Also right down here in front, which I'm going to mess up. Can you see it? Where are they? Don't know. Anyway, I've got some little pieces cut for the starfish, or for urchins. Alright. Trying to get my camera situated here so y'all can see what I'm doing. I've got a didymium lens here for me, and I've got one on the camera also, so hopefully you'll be able to see okay. Alrighty. Let's get the sand going. Get my mandrel warm so the glass will stick. Did you lose power yesterday, Dina? We were out for about 4 hours, but I had the generator hooked up to the fireplace blower. So it's nice and toasty. Put some soup on the stove. One of the very first ones of these that I made, I loved it. It was, I don't know, it's kind of in a diamond shape, I guess. And I sold it, and I regret it. That's how it goes. Maybe I'll make a diamond shape again on this one. This ivory is awesome. I don't know if you can see it here, but it turns different shades of brown on its own. It's so cool. It's been a marvelous weekend so far. Nice and quiet. Alright, so I got the beach. I'm going to add this guy. Our power went out about 10:30 and came on about 2:30. We got like 8 to 10 inches here though. Sounds like it's really varied a lot around the lake. How much did you get, Ed, out there in Ivy Bend? I was out there Friday. Didn't make it down your way, but I was out there about 2:30 and it was getting really yucky, so I headed back. Gosh, it feels like it's been forever since I've been on the torch. This year's different. This year I'm going to be torching like a wild woman. Yeah, I'm liking this. This is what I got so far. The top is actually black. Just shows up red when it's hot. Alright, let's get some water going in here. Actually, instead of the big rod, I'm going to switch. This is lapis blue. It's a dark blue. Not navy. I'm just going to lay a stripe of that around, separate out. Fill in the bottom of this bead a little bit. You can kind of see there's a little dip, high point over here. Just get a little more on there. Hi, Gloria. I haven't seen you forever. I'm just adding a little more on the bottom of the bead so that it's nice and flat. There we go. That's looking better. And more on the top. A little more sky on there. I'm going to start selling my stuff again this year. I'm in a position where I can start doing some good things this year again. I think we're going to open up the studio and start doing some classes again. That'll be here in probably April-ish or summer. It's still in the works. But we got some good things going on. We got some good things going on. Alrighty. So, here we are. We've got black. We've got a lapis blue, which is kind of a denim dark blue, and then the sand. I'm going to add just a little bit of light blue around here in spots. Alright, where's my tweezers? Not here yet. Yeah, well, it doesn't work. That's not what I wanted. Big chunk off. Alright. That melted in. Can you all see okay? I'm just dragging. I've got a tungsten pick here. Tungsten doesn't stick to glass when it gets hot. And so I just drug around that light blue that I added on just to add a little skippiness to it. There we go. Actually, more dark blue on top of it. That's what's great about glass. It's recyclable infinite amount of times, so if you don't like what you're getting, you just keep adding until you get what you like. It's awesome. Hardest part is just getting used to keeping the mandrel turning and reading the heat. Alright, here we go. Got a little bit of ocean going there. I'm going to take and heat a spot maybe right here. It's a little hotter. I'm going to heat a spot up. I'm going to give it a little twist. Cool it. I'm blowing on it to cool the rod down and it'll break. Let's melt that back up. And I got a little wave. Just a couple more of those. Let's do one more. Cute. This would be cute just the way it is. Just do waves all the way around it. Looking good. Melt those back up to the surface. Because when you stick the stringer in, it kind of indents a little bit. Oh, let's get this back up. Nice. Alright, let me get I'll get this warmed up, that tip off of there. White is the softest glass to deal with and one of the hardest because you can see it goes clear. So white on clear, when you're working on white on clear, that's fun because they're both clear. So if you're doing like a clear base with white dots, you kind of got to go by the mind's eye as to what you're doing. Alright, let's do the moon. Where do I want the moon to be? I'm really liking these waves, so I think I'll put the moon over the waves. Moon. Ooh, big moon. Big, full moon. A little more than I really want, but it'll work. I have to add a little more black on top. Best tool ever. I use this side a little bit. This one, Harbor Freight. Oh, love it. Alright, let me get that melted in. There we go. It's even with the rest of it. My big full moon. A little too big. But it'll work. Let's work some magic. Get my black again. Mr. Libby. I love watching you work. Alright. I want to tone down that moon a little bit. Yeah, get The shake's going on this morning. Too much coffee. See if we can get that a little more controllable. There we go. Push it in. I can use this as a nudge tool, so I can kind of move the glass around when it's still liquid. Place things where I want it to be. Control it a little bit better that way. Let me melt it down smooth. Melt it in. It's going to be a good year. It's going to be a really good year. I can feel it. I think the general census was last year really kind of stunk for a lot of people. Boy howdy, that's an understatement. Have RV, will travel. Place to stay if you want to come here and play. Come on over. Must love glass. And cats. I have 4 cats, sorry. At this point. Alrighty, just work this bead a little bit more, get the surface leveled back out. Show you what I got. Waves, nice little ocean texture thing going, and a moon. I covered it up with black, so I've got a nice big crescent moon up there now. Huge moon. A little too big for my liking, but somebody will like it. The best thing about Bob Ross, there's no such thing as bad. They're just all happy accidents, as he would say. What a great guy. Alright, I'm just trying to pull. Wherever you heat it, that's where the glass is going to go. So I'm heating it up in the center because I can see that it's not really even and level. Just moving it in. Carefully nudging this top. Keep it level. There we go. Okay. Here we are so far. Took been 10 minutes or so, I don't know. And now starfish. Let's put the starfish where there is nothing. Steady hand. Whoa. These clamps help. I just use these as armrest when I need it. Yeah, I think he needs to go there. Alright. So his body will be here. One at the top. Figure out where his arms and legs are going to go. Okay, so I've kind of marked them out. And now connect the dots. These tweezers are also great. They're nice and small and they're not serrated on the inside, so I can kind of manipulate the glass and keep his legs from like torquing out thick and stuff like that. So. Down and one more leg. Down. Go. Make sure those are all attached good, and I can form them. Oops. Pinch. Okay, there he is so far. I take a little bit of time because I want to make sure that the legs look natural and straight and good and they're attached well. Notice I dodge in and out of the flame, spot heat where I want the heat to be. One of the hardest parts, I think, learning how to do this is the heat control and learning to go in and out of the flame or reducing your flame when you really want to get a pinpoint somewhere. Because this is your tool and you need to use your tool to the best of its ability too. Okay. Stretch this out a little bit more and a little bigger. There we go. A little bend in his legs, and I'm trying to do this upside down. There we go. Dang. Don't have a steady hand today. I'm taking my tungsten pick and just kind of pulling that glass up, stretching him out a little bit, give him a little curve in his legs. A little more personality, so he's not just clinging onto the side of it. Move it around. Losing this one. Losing him. Pulling back up. Here we go. Alright, let's reheat that whole bead. If I don't keep the whole bead hot, it will crack. Okay, I'm just kind of nudging. Alrighty. So, there he is now. He will end up being this color. It's kind of a coral color, which you can kind of see. I gave him a little personality. And now I'm going to go back and give him a little more character with some dots. Alrighty. A little big, pull a little bit of that off. So I could either keep them raised up or I'm going to melt them down just a little bit more, maybe not all the way in. He's cute. And the moon. And the waves. Alright. Now down here, I mentioned I've got some little pieces down here on a little coffee warmer. This is what they look like. Just little... Can you see that? There's going to be little urchins on there. So let's turn down the flame a little bit and let's put some of these over here in the beach. on. Okay, that so far. I like to clump them together. Knock him just a little bit, make sure he's on there good. Let's get another one. Actually, I've got a couple different colors here, so get picked up. There we go. There's a little bit lighter brown one. Stick him on. Show this in there. This is going good. Alright, and let's do another dark one. Let's grab this one here. Right? So this is a little bit darker, like the first one. And we'll just attach him. And you noticed I turned down the flame a little bit. It's not as strong as what's coming across in the camera. But that way I can get right in. Get that bead warmed up here on top again. Do a little spin. Make sure the whole bead is warm. Okay. Let's plant this one. Right there. Alright. Now again, my favorite tool. I do love using this tool. There's one of my favorite beads to make, and I use that tool a lot. Alrighty. Do a little twirl, keep that bead warm. And I'm just going to manipulate these urchins a little bit, and I just placed on there. Again, notice how I'm using the heat in and out. Gorgeous. I am selling these this year. I went through a time in my life that I didn't want to sell anything, but I made. And I'm back to doing some production. Okay, so I've got my urchins in there. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to spot heat them and just poke in the center. And it's going to make them look like real urchins then. So pretty. And again, this is the color that he'll turn out when he cools off. Dang, you know what? I like it. I'm going to stick a fork in it. Call it done. Just one more good overall heat. Sure my bead is nice and straight on the top. Here he is. This is fun. Gonna make some more. $15 plus shipping, probably $1.50, $2 for shipping if you want it. It'll be ready to go tomorrow. Thanks for watching. Catch y'all here in a little while.